Yeah, CB's up. I mean, not CB. This cat came in the door a little earlier because it's heating up pretty hot outside. He came in. I gave him a little bit of food, and he's been in ever since. I guess just to get out of the hot weather. It's supposed to hit about 109 today. I think it hit 109 yesterday. So we'll see what happens. I've been trying to get in touch with someone that has a pickup that can go with me to Home Depot or Lowe's and pick up some more plywood and wood screws, that type of thing, because I can't put plywood in my car. And since I don't have a pickup, and I really don't want to pay $60 for them to deliver a couple of sheets of plywood, I could buy more plywood for what I'd have to pay them to deliver it. So that's where I'm at right now. Well, let's see. We got one come in chat. Hello, how are you? Who are you? So there's one in here somewhere. But you can see there's little buddy. He came in to cool off, so I'll just let him stay in here a few minutes. It is really hot out there. I guess I'm going to have to bring up my chat on my other phone so I can read it, because it fades off of the screen up here. Ashley Chapman, hello, how are you doing? Yeah, good afternoon. I got all the seeds and everything mailed out except to, let's see. Yeah, Annie, I had your name down. Well, no, she's not in here. Well, if Annie pops in, somebody remind me to tell her I need her mailing address, Annie Watson, and I need Tracy B. All I have is her last initial, and it's the letter B as in boy. So I need their addresses to send out their seeds to them. Everything else has been mailed out. Good afternoon, Gladys and Sharon. How are y'all doing today? Farm wife, hello, you just popped in. Good to see you. I tried to pick a time where I figured maybe a lot of people would be available if you're not at work or somewhere. Well, thank you. I don't feel very pretty. My eyes are still so swollen, and I've been gagging and coughing because the wind was blowing really bad yesterday, and it just stirred up all the dust and the pollen and everything else in the air. Annie's Mobile Home Life, hello, how are you? Welcome. Y'all come on in. Yeah, I hope those chocolate chip cookies fare well in the mail in this heat. I don't know. You may have melted cookies by the time you get them, Gladys. I don't know what temperature that chocolate has to reach before it melts, but how's life treating you, Annie's Mobile Home Life? I'm excited for cookies. Yeah, I've got more stuff to do on my floor, but I've got to get more materials before I can, continue on. And since I don't have a pickup, I've got to find someone that's available with a pickup to go with me to get it. So, Sharon J., hello, welcome. Taking time to put my feet up. Oh my goodness, 8 pints of green beans. That sounds so good. And baked zucchini bread. Oh, you've been busy. Yeah, it's time for you to sit down, put your feet up for a while. Everybody needs an afternoon break. And for those of you that saw the video that I posted, I tried to post it yesterday late, but it kept getting kicked out. And the video wouldn't play correctly. So I had to delete it out and then reload it, upload it. And when I did, I got the message from YouTube that I couldn't publish the content of my video because of there was 2 songs in there that played, and one was by the Beatles, and I don't remember what the other one was. But they said that I had to get rid of that content before I could, publish the video. So I just went in to make sure and muted the whole soundtrack. That's why there's no sound to the video. But I didn't want to do away with the whole video. I wanted you to be able to see, because people had asked me, because when I was fishing out at the state park beside Stumpy's restaurant, I showed pictures of it across the lake. And you could hear them partying and stuff in the distance. And some of my viewers commented that they wished that I would go over there and do a video. So that's why I went ahead and did one yesterday. And the place is always packed at meal times. So I went through there about 12:30 or so, but I couldn't even find a parking place. So I came home and went back out there later when I thought maybe their lunch crowd was gone, and went in, and the restaurant inside was full, but there was not that many people outside on the patio or out where I was sitting at those tables along, the dock right there. So I was able to video it, but they play the music so loud all day long when they're open that you just can't record stuff. But I said, at least I'll get the video. You can see where it's at. You can see all the pictures, the video of it. And I tried my best to narrate it with putting in written descriptions of what you were seeing. And I know I didn't do a very good job of it, but like I said, I wanted you to see the video. I didn't want to get rid of it, so that's why that happened. A good video with the fish. I know there's not many places you can go to eat and just look right down from your table and see these great big catfish swimming around with the geese. I mean, that's pretty awesome, I think. Gladys said she needs a cooking break. Oh, your great-granddaughter just turned 3. How sweet. That's such a cute age, 2 and 3 years old. Oh no, you've been stressed? Paper plate, and now I have to start over. Oh goodness. Well, I hope you get unstressed real fast, because stress is no joke. Stress can make you sick. Yeah, I had people that kept commenting, we can't hear you, we can't hear you. But, I can't help it. I tried to talk through the video to describe everything, and it sounded good to me, but you always had all that music in the background, and some of it was coming through pretty loud. And YouTube would not let me publish it that way. So that's why it has no soundtrack. It just has visual with the comments scrolling across the screen. So oh no, the sale of your house fell through, Annie. Sorry about that. But there'll be somebody else that'll come through and want to buy it, hopefully. Hopefully it's not going to be a complete loss. Sometimes you don't sell to the first person that comes through anyway. So yeah, I had a lot of people comment on the fish. One of the viewers, I don't remember the name, but she said, I'm showing that to my husband as soon as he gets home. He's not going to believe all those fish. Yeah, I went to that restaurant all the time because I love to sit out at the water, and I like to watch the boats and see the fish swim and feed them, and all that. And my son always liked to go to that restaurant too, because when we go out on his boat, he could bring it up and put it to the dock on the right side of where the gas pumps were, and then come up that dock walkway and come into the restaurant and get food. And we could get it to go if we wanted to, or we could sit there on the picnic tables and eat it. Sometimes we'd sit there and eat. Sometimes we would just get it to go and get back in the boat and take off. Yeah, it's a really nice place. And it's a good family restaurant. They only stay open till 9 p.m. I went there one time at 5 after 9, and one of the guys come to the door, and I said, well, why are you closed? They said, well, we only stay open till 9 p.m. And see, I didn't know that. I didn't know their hours. I just hope my video doesn't fade out, or it doesn't get all snowy and messed up. Yeah, I got a lot more I need to do. I need to do the bedroom floors, and when I get the wood down in that smaller bedroom along the hallway, I might go ahead and put the top flooring on, which might be the wood panels, or something like that. I don't know that I want to put just vinyl on it. I may put the panels that pop, click together. I don't know what they call them. I have to check on all that. Gladys says, pick me up and take me there. Oh, I'd love to if you live close enough. I need to be outside planting the rest of my Egyptian walking onions. I don't need to be keeping them too long before I plant them, because now's a good time to plant them, and then they'll come up and they die down and they come up again next year. They'll come up every year until you pull them up. Yeah, Annie, watching that video should have helped relax you a little bit. I know I keep forgetting to put my mask on, Gladys. I had it on most of last night, even sleeping, and I woke up this morning to get up to go to the restroom, and my mask wasn't on, and I said, well, I don't know where it's at. I had it on when I fell asleep, but it was in the bed. And I had it on most of this morning. I just didn't want to wear it during the video or going live. And I notified Bloomin'. I don't know if she was taking a nap or if she got the message or what, but if she can make it, she makes it. If not, then that's okay too. Because I didn't schedule this live, and if I'd schedule my lives, maybe more people would show up as well. So but yeah, at 109 degrees, it's too hot to do anything outside. It's almost too hot to do it inside. Feeling good today. I don't know what's going on. Been napping on all day. Well, I don't know. Here it's the weather. This hot weather just zaps the strength out of people. And you sit down and you get sleepy, and that's all you want to do is go to sleep. Be where it's cool and go to sleep. Yeah, I know I saw Bloomin' pop in Stephen's live video. So she may be taking a nap. I don't know. Since his live is over, unless he started another one. I know I watched his morning show and then the one after that. But you never know about Stephen. He'll do 3 or 4 or 5 a day if the notion strikes him. I know this heat, especially here in Texas, just zaps the strength right out of you. You don't want to do anything. And one day, like, working on the floor and getting all hot and sweaty, the whole next day, you don't feel like doing anything. You just feel like you don't have any strength. And I'm not 100% able to do a lot of that stuff. So that's why my videos, when I do my floor and stuff like that, I do a little bit at a time, because I can't do rooms at a time. I'll have to take one room and work on it for a while. And it may take me more than 1 or 2 days to get one room done. Just depends on the size of the room. I know that bacon looks so good. I told him it looked like a heart attack waiting to happen, but hey, I eat what I want and I don't worry about it. But yeah, it did look good, and I've never eaten candied bacon or whatever they call that he ate. I know it had syrup and hot sauce and stuff on it, but it sure looked good. Just the syrup and the bacon would have been okay with me. Could hold the hot sauce. Yeah, I'd never heard of candied bacon till one of the viewers. I was watching one of Steven's lives, and one of the viewers, his subscribers, told him that they wanted to see him make some candied bacon. And I said, well, I've never heard of candied bacon. That sounds interesting. And then I started looking up recipes on the internet for candied bacon, and it called for a whole pound of bacon that was thick sliced. Yeah, without the hot sauce. You could hold the hot sauce. Maybe just a tiny bit. I wouldn't want it really hot. Yeah, chocolate covered bacon I think would be real good. I think I'd like chocolate covered just about anything. Well, I would draw my line on some things, because I know in Vietnam they eat all kind of bugs that were chocolate covered, like chocolate covered ants, grasshoppers, anything with legs that crawls they eat over there, because I guess they're kind of scarce on meat, so they eat a lot of their insects and rodents for protein. And I know a lot of them do raise their own wild hogs and stuff like that, but usually when they raise them for market, and they don't eat a lot of it themselves. I mean, they eat some, but most of it is raised to go to market to bring them an income coming in. Chocolate covered bacon? I don't think so, Gladys. I'm going to draw the line on that. Although I'd love to eat some of it, I don't think I want to make any. Gladys, you need to make some chocolate covered bacon. Or get your son to make some. Tell him I said he needed to make you some chocolate covered bacon. I got a cough drop in my mouth. That's why I'm making weird faces to help try to keep me from coughing. Diana Steele, hello, welcome. We hit 104. Well, girl, that's cool, because it was 109 here yesterday, and it's supposed to be pretty much the same today. Linda, you're missing out. It's so good. What, chocolate covered bacon? I know it's going to range anywhere from 104 to 109 for the next 2 weeks. And we've not had rain for 2 months. And there's no rain forecasted in sight. So My whole yard is brown. My whole yard crunches like a potato chip when you walk across it. No, I can't make anything, Gladys. I try. Chocolate covered bacon. Well, if they sold it somewhere, I might buy some to try it, but I don't know if I want to try making any. I'd have to look up the recipe. I don't know. Slim may be doing her own video. I have no idea. Have no idea. I've been watching her do some on her she shed, but it looks like she's got some guy there that's doing it for her. That's what I need. I need some male help. I need male labor here. If things get done here, I have to do it myself. I don't have any man coming in to do it. So it just depends on what she was doing when she got the notification that I was going live. Yeah, but I wanted to post that video because I said, I know there's not many restaurants you can go to where you can just look right down in the water from your table where you're sitting eating and look at the fish like that at that restaurant like you can. And I said, I know a lot of guys would love to watch that video. You could just about reach your hand down and catch them. They're so used to people feeding them. You could probably get your hand pretty close to their mouth and just grab them and pull them up. But they don't let you fish or dip net or anything else close to there. You have to be across the lake on the other side where the state park is, where I fish from a lot. Because they said that's almost like entrapment to the fish. Feeding them to catch them. Hi, Jody. How are you? Helen Stewart. Hello. Yeah, if any of you haven't seen that video that I posted this morning before lunch, you need to watch it. Those fish are something awesome. And I haven't seen Annie Watson or Tracy B in yet. Because so far I've not gotten their mailing addresses from those two. Everything else has been mailed. Look at this over here. That's a cat's life for you. He's just laying there chilling. He says it's too hot outside. He didn't want to go back outside, so I just let him stay in here and cool off a little bit. Then he'll go back out. Yeah, it tickled me where Stephen made that candied bacon and it was sticking to the paper towel. I bet you if he ever makes it again, he's not going to put it on a paper towel. I did the part 1 and the part 2 on the floor, Helen. I haven't done any more because I don't have the materials here. I was telling everybody earlier, I've contacted one of my friends that has a pickup, and I'm going to see if she'd be willing to go with me to Home Depot or somewhere and pick up some more sheets of plywood and some wood screws and stuff like that I need. Because I can't put plywood in my car. I need a pickup to do it. And I don't want to pay $60 to have them deliver 5 or 6 sheets of plywood. I mean, I could buy a couple of more sheets for that, But I haven't heard back from her yet, so I'm just waiting for her to answer my message. Yeah, he was funny. He's like me. I would have been picking that paper off that bacon and eating it anyway. Even if I had to eat some of the paper, I wouldn't have let any of that bacon go to waste. Yeah, I need a truck. $60 is a bit much, especially if you don't want to buy 30 sheets at a time, you know? I mean, you can buy quite a bit of material, screws, and a lot of other stuff with $60. And I've been sweating so much. I've been drinking this Gatorade lately to help boost me back up a little bit. Yeah, you know, I started looking on the internet and um, oh, what is the name of that website? Well, it's the marketplace for this area, and I did find a pickup, but I was afraid of it. It looked pretty nice and it was pretty reasonably priced, but I was kind of afraid of it. My son said, "Mom," he said, "that's probably an accident waiting to happen." He said, "You may not want to even buy that truck." So I just let it go. Well, thank you. Those drapes are almost as old as I am. And I love them. That's why I won't get rid of them because I can't find any more like them. I like for a little bit of the light to come through the drapes. And it's a small enough weave that they look nice, but they let air or light through. I mean, I've got blinds up because I don't want the sun, that hot sun coming in the afternoon because it gets too hot. But I like a little bit of daylight shining through my drapes, you know. Or otherwise, I'd have blackouts up there because, you know, they're good for insulation. Yeah, it's not been raining here for 2 whole months, maybe longer than that, but we haven't had a drop of rain. Yeah, Stephen was saying this morning it was raining there in Georgia, so he couldn't get out and do anything outside much. I wish he'd send some of that rain to me, and we need it desperately. Well, Annie's mobile home life, if you're if you're not up to uploading the video, I wouldn't worry about it. Just do it tomorrow. Yeah, that's me. If they say we got a chance of rain, I'll believe it when I can step out my front door and get wet. Because I looked on the extended forecast. There is no possible rain chance for another 2 weeks, and probably a lot longer than that. But that's as far as the forecast went. Yeah, I don't think the rain dance did any good. That rain shower video I put at the end of that rain dance video, that was from months and months ago. That wasn't from the rain dance. I just thought it'd be cute to put a rain video at the end of it to make it appear that the rain dance paid off, but it didn't. May have to do another one. Well, hi, Slim Twiggy. She did make it. I was telling everybody I've been watching the progress of your she shed. Raining there, but very humid, Annie says. Annie's mobile home. And it's not raining here, and it's going to be another 109 degrees. Yeah, it's coming along, Slim Twiggy. You'll get it done sooner or later. Can't wait to see what you do to the inside of it. You gonna put windows in it? Hi, Marilyn. How are you? Just got home from the dollar store. I haven't been anywhere this morning. I got all of my stuff mailed yesterday, and I haven't even been out my door today. Hi, Marilyn. Welcome. Putting a real window in next year. Oh, okay. I mean, as long as you got lights in there, if you're in there, you know, it'll be light enough, but it's always good to have a window in a shed, whether it's a she shed or just a storage shed. I know a lot of times I wish mine had windows, but I'm not going to put them in there. I've had them for as long as I've had them with no windows, so I'll survive. And I'm not going to turn either one into a she shed. My whole house is a she shed. Oh, Gladys is still talking about them pancakes. Yeah, Gladys is still hungry. She's got cookies coming, but I haven't sent her pancakes. I'll be right back in just a minute, y'all. Your food is right there, little buddy. He's wanting more food, and I've just gave him food, and I put him water out. That's all I got. I'm not giving him any more. He's choosy. He wants exactly what he wants, or he won't eat it. No, this has been an exceptional summer, even in Texas. I've not seen it this hot and this dry for so long before. I mean, yeah, it gets over 100 degrees quite often, but usually it'll drop down to 97 a day or two, then it might hit another 104, 105. But it's been 104 to 109 every single day with no rain, no chance of rain for over 2 months. So it's too hot, too dry. I know. Never complain about it raining again, huh? I know. But usually here with this heat, if we get a downpour today, then it'll heat up to 109 tomorrow and cook everything outside. Anything that's still green will get boiled to death. I mean, it would have to rain for several days to get the ground wet, to cool things down, and then get hot again. But I don't know if it'll do that. And like I told everybody, I said that's why Texas floods. It's because we go for so long without any rain, and the ground gets so hard that finally when it does rain, it rains so hard, so so fast that it can't soak in the ground fast enough. Oh God, I'm sorry. I hate getting on lives and then start coughing because of my allergies, but let me get this cough drop in my mouth. Maybe that'll help. But yeah, it gets so dry for so long. The ground gets so packed. It gets so hard. And then when we do get rain, it rains so hard, so fast, it floods everything because it doesn't give the rain chance to soak in the ground. The ground is so hard. So everywhere below me usually floods. And if it rains for several days, oh my God, Fort Worth and Dallas, they have a major flood even in the city. I mean, the streets are not passable. That's how bad it gets. Helen Stewart says now it's 36. You're talking about 36 degrees, Helen? I missed a few chats when I stepped away from the camera. Oh no, 36 what? "36 lives." Oh, okay. I told you I missed a bunch of comments, so I didn't know what you were talking about. Oh gosh, loss of life in Hawaii fires. I know it's gotten so hot and dry here. They've been issuing fire warnings because all somebody needs to do is flip a cigarette out of a moving car going down the highway, and we've got a forest fire or brush fire. I mean, the fire will take off. Whose picture is that behind me? That little one right up there? That's my granddaughter when she was little. Yeah, that's my granddaughter's picture up there. That one, she was little bitty. She's not little bitty anymore. She's, what, 20, 21 years old now. Here, I got another picture over here on the table I can show you. I can get hold of it. This is one of the first pictures that was given to me after she was born. They had to kind of prop her up so she was sitting down because she couldn't quite sit up by herself yet. I love that picture. She was in a red velvet dress. Yeah, so cute. And they grow so fast. I'm over here grabbing more pictures, y'all. Y'all got me on the picture kick. That's my brother's daughter and her husband and two little ones. It was her mom that died Christmas Eve morning. That's Samantha. And there's one of my favorite pictures of my granddaughter and my son. If I can get that glare off of it. Well, I got a glare on the screen, y'all. I can't help it. He was a proud daddy. That was quite a few years ago. And there's one of my, that's one of my younger brothers, Eddie. And his, well, I can't get the glare off. I got a glare coming through the window back here, and I'm not sure how to get it off. But that's my brother Eddie, his wife Melissa. The older girl is Taylor, and the younger one is Mackenzie. And Mackenzie's about 16, 17 now. Prettiest blonde you've ever seen. Got long blonde hair. Naturally blonde, too. There's another one of the school pictures of my granddaughter that was taken many years ago. I mean, I've got a big family, and I've got lots of pictures all around in here. This here is my brother, his wife Barbara, and his daughter Michelle. Michelle is the one that I went to her house New Year's when a lot of the family showed up there after my sister-in-law died, Christmas Eve morning. That was his daughter, Audrey. Well, no, his daughter Audrey passed away too, his younger daughter, about a year or so ago. And that's his older daughter, Michelle. But he's the one that moved to Tennessee with his wife after my parents passed away. Well, years ago, we all looked more alike than what we do now. I just grabbed another picture. That's my daughter's wedding picture. That's me standing beside my son-in-law, Rick, right there. And that's my granddaughter right there. She's not that little now. My son, Chad, and his wife, Stephanie. But that was my daughter's wedding day when she married Rick. Good Lord, I could have you here all day showing you pictures. I've got so many photo albums back there in my bedroom. It's unreal. It'll take you hours to go through them. I do have a lot of photographs. And then my son gave me one of those picture frames that you put pictures in, and it automatically rotates the pictures from one to the other all the time. I've got it sitting up there on my entertainment center. But once she, I don't know, she got up some size, they quit sending me a bunch of pictures of her. So, but oh well. I know she's okay. Yeah, photos are great memories. Yeah. I've got a lot of photos of my family, my grandparents who have been gone many, many years, my great grandparents that have been gone forever. Because we're not here very long and we're not going to be here forever. You know, one day we're going to be gone, and that photograph is the only memory that's going to be left. Unless you personally knew the person and the memory is in your mind. So. What, in the wedding picture, Gladys? You said it doesn't look like me? Well, that was right after the cancer scare. That was right after I had gained tons of weight. This picture right here at my daughter's wedding. I had gained a lot of weight from going through chemo and all this other stuff they were giving me. I had lost all my hair. My hair had just came back, and it was about 2 inches long all over my head. That's why my hair was so short. It was just coming back in. So I look a lot different then than I did before all that took place. And I look a lot different now than when all that took place, because I'll never be back the way I used to be years ago. Yeah, I weighed about 135 whenever I when I was diagnosed with cancer that first time, or that time, it was the only time in my life. And that stuff that the doctor gave me made me want to eat, and it just made me gain weight, tons of weight. And I've never been able to lose it. I know chemo changes your looks. I mean, I never had swollen eyes like this before I went through all that. And like I said, I didn't weigh this much. I mean, I've got fat in my face. I never had all that before. It robs you of a lot of stuff, not just your looks. Because my hair came back in, but it didn't come back in like it was before. My hair was twice as thick before the chemo than it is now. And all the baby fine hair is what came back in. That breaks real easy. Well, thank you, Annie's mobile home life. And thank you, Gladys, for the compliment. I figure, well, it's something I can't do anything about at this point. It's happened. I can't go back and change it. So what I do is I just deal with it and live with it the best I can. I try to have a positive outlook on everything, you know, and just thank God that I didn't have cancer. I mean, it's bad enough to have cancer and maybe one day die from it, but to be diagnosed with it and go through all the treatment and it changes your life, go through surgery and all that, and then find out you never had cancer, that you never had to go through all that, you know? That's what was really bad. But yeah, like I say, go forward, don't look back. I mean, I just take one day at a time, and I put one foot in front of the other, and I keep right on going. I just, you know, think of the best. And that's one thing my son said. Mommy said, I think that's one reason you came through all that, as good as you did, is your positive outlook. He said some people would have got depressed and just sat down and wanted to die, and you didn't. You did just the opposite. And I said, well, I just figured that, you know, it's happening. I can't change it. I got to make the best of it. So that's what I did. I put everything in God's hands. So You know, when you do that, you trust in him, and that lifts a big burden off your shoulders. And then when I got the news after the surgery, when I went to my surgeon for my checkup and they told me that I never had cancer to begin with, I thought to myself, oh God, you know, he answered my prayer. I mean, he's lifted that all. I know I went through a lot, but I figured, well, it made me realize and understand what some other people are going through that have to go through those chemo treatments and the surgeries and all that stuff. And I feel for every one of them. But then I wonder too, how many other people do they misdiagnose that don't have to go through all that, but yet they do, you know? And that's the bad part of it. I mean, you know, it's bad enough to go through it when you do have cancer, but to go through it when you don't. And some of those people may never know that they never had cancer. They may just go through the treatments until it kills them, you know. You just never know. That's why I suggest to everybody, just don't take one doctor's opinion. Get other opinions before you do anything major. And look at me now, that many fans rocking here on YouTube. Yeah, I got quite a few fans. I feel like all over your family. Yeah, but when my friend, if she gets back to me, I'll try to schedule a time when she can go with me to Home Depot or somewhere and get some more plywood. And that way I can finish the bedroom floor. I don't know when I'll get to do my bedroom floor because, like I said, I've got a queen size bed in my room and it's real heavy. And there's no way I can move that bed by myself. I can't even move the mattress by myself. It's too heavy. Yeah, I wouldn't have believed it either, Gladys, but it did happen. And it just made me believe that, and I know that it's happened to other people too, whether they ever know it happened to them or not. You know, I'm not the only one that a misdiagnosis has happened to. Water situation is still the same. I'm still restricted to 1 day a week watering, and my 1 day is watering with a 5-gallon bucket or smaller. I can't use my water hose except to fill my bucket. And I can't lift the 5-gallon bucket, so I have to use a smaller one. So what I do is I water everything with my compost tea. I fill my buckets back up. I let them set for several days. And then about midweek, I can water again. And then my watering day comes along in a few days. Then I can fill my buckets up, let them set a day or so, and then water again. I average watering about twice a week that way. That's why my garden looks so bad, you know. Plus, if you water with the garden hose, the chemicals in that water, they've got so many chemicals in it right now that if you water your plants with it right out of the spigot, it will burn your plants up. It will literally kill your plants. So it's best to put it in a compost tea bucket, let it set for a few days, let a lot of those chemicals evaporate out, and then use the water to water your plants with. Because I tried it right out of the garden hose, just right on the back patio. I got tired one evening and I just took the hose and sprayed a couple of those pots. By the next afternoon, half the plant was burned up. I mean, right now we've got 2 or 3 times the chemicals in our water than we've ever had in our water before. The watermelon's not growing, Gladys. The plant is just barely hanging on. Yeah, it's expensive for movers or anybody to move stuff out of state, even in state, really. Yeah. I mean, I can turn that water hose on outside just to fill a compost tea bucket up. And if I'm standing directly over that bucket, the vapors from those chemicals will take my breath. I mean, I have to get back away to be able to breathe. And that's bad. Our water's never been like that before. And most of Texas right now with this drought situation and these extreme hot days, most of Texas is under a water rationing, not just us. So if they were ever going to lift the restriction, this drought has prevented them from doing it. But I'll tell you what, if they lift the water restriction, I hope it's because they got the parts for the added filter system that they need to purify our water so we don't have to have all these chemicals. Yeah, most people here drink bottled water. And see, the water here used to be so good you didn't need bottled water. You could drink it right out of the faucet and it was great. It was like spring water. But now it's nothing but chemicals. It's terrible. Yeah, they use the chemicals to purify the water. But this other water company that has joined with ours, because I told you we're getting water from two different water companies right now. The water company that I was on, and then this other company. It's the other company that has all the chemicals in the water. And that's the one I don't want. And my water company didn't want them either, but they had to supply us water. And I kept hoping if they'd ever get the parts they needed to add the new filtering system, add to what they've already got, that they'll do away with this other water company and we'll go back to the good water we always had before without all those chemicals. I mean, they put chemicals in the water to purify it, but it was nothing like this other water company does. I mean, they're the ones that have so many chemicals and they're so strong that it'll take your breath. Yeah, added plastic to the landfill. And there's a lot of people that are coming up with ways to prevent that. I watched this one video where this husband and wife started their own island, and they're literally floating on 16-ounce water bottles that are all have been grouped together, and they've literally built themselves almost a little town right out in the water. They built their own island out of plastic water bottles. And you can't see the water bottles, from the top. But they showed how they built it all, and they showed part of it underneath, and it's all 16-ounce water bottles under there. I said, well, what a neat way to keep bottles out of the landfill. Yum, stuffed peppers. Yeah, stuffed peppers are good. Cancer treatments, I have been often. I know right after cancer treatments, I have not been the same since I had mine. That's been, 26 years ago. It's been about 20 years for me. Maybe longer than that. I lose track. Seemed like it was 1996 or somewhere through there when I had the surgery. And I've never been the same. I took tons of vitamins to try to build up my immune system and finally got that built back up. But even taking all the vitamins helped me maintain my overweightness, which I don't like. But there's not a whole lot I can do about it. It was either be sick all the time or take the vitamins. So I took the vitamins. You have lawn furniture made from recycled milk jugs. How neat, farm wife. I'd love to see that. You need to post pictures of that, farm wife. I'd love to see that. That sounds pretty awesome. I was diagnosed in 2021 and spent that year in chemo and radio. Yeah, Catherine, I know what you're talking about. Even though they found out I did not have cancer, my oncologist still wanted me to go through a whole year more of preventative chemo treatment. And I told her no, I didn't have cancer. Why do I want chemo? And I asked her, I said, do you want to go through a year of preventative chemo treatment? She said, no, because I don't have cancer. I looked straight in her eyes and I said, well, I don't either. And I never went back. If I'd have went back and took another year of chemo, I'd be dead by now. Because that chemo would have eaten a hole in my heart so big they would have had to done heart surgery on me. And that probably would have killed me. So no, once I found out I didn't need it, and my doctors told me I didn't need it, I didn't go back and get any more. I thought to myself, that oncologist could take my place. She can get all the chemo she wants. You do cancer treatments with your daddy, Jody? Well, I'm sorry. I know that's got to be hard on you and your dad. Farm wife says she doesn't know how to post pictures. I watched videos of these ladies in Vietnam. And I found out it was homeless people in Vietnam. And the way the government there deals with homeless in Vietnam is they give them free land. It's up like on mountains, and you'll see in these videos they're always climbing the side of the mountain to build a house or to farm or anything. The government will actually give them so many acres of land, and they have like 90 days or 120 days, or they give them a time frame that they have to build some kind of a dwelling, some kind of a kitchen, some kind of a bathroom. They've got to have some type of a living quarters. And they're not really strict on how they do it. They can dig a hole in the ground and that's their bathroom. They don't care. And I found that they tap into the streams coming down the mountain, and they hook a pipe into that water, and they'll bring it into wherever their house is. Usually it's a hut, and that gives them running water. Well, it's never really freezing cold there, so they don't really need to heat their water to take a shower. So they'll run it and build a little bamboo frame hut and run that pipe in there, and they got a shower, so they got a way to clean themselves. And then they start farming and stuff. And whatever they grow, they take to their local market. And that's how they make money to buy more materials to improve their homestead, so to speak. And after they show that they are improving the land, they built a home, they're living there, they're farming it, then that property is theirs free and clear. And I said, well, if they did that to a lot of the homeless we have in the United States, you know what these homeless would do? They'd go pitch a tent, live in the tent, and that would be it. They wouldn't care about farming or nothing else. Because some people, it don't matter what you give them, they're going to be the way they are, Other people would thrive if you gave them a piece of property and told them to build a house or build a hut. And the restrictions are so lenient in Vietnam. They really don't have building codes that they have to go by. That's why they're able to put up bamboo huts and live in them, bamboo showers, bamboo bathrooms, bamboo kitchens, and their kitchens are basically a fire in the floor, or either they build a clay oven on the ground and they build a fire in it and they cook on the top of it. That's their stoves. They don't care. That's better than living in a tent going hungry. I mean, they do have a roof over their heads. They got a place to go to get out of the rain. They got a place to go to shower, to cook, to rest. They got property to farm, to grow food, and they catch wild hogs and pigs and basically tame them, and that's what they raise on their farm. And a lot of the chickens are the same way. I mean, they do buy some of their chickens, but they raise a lot of their own chickens to get eggs. They butcher their own hogs or pigs to get meat, sausage, and then they take a lot of it to market to make money. So that's what those videos are, if any of you have ever watched them on YouTube, of free life, as they call it, because that was a free opportunity these people got from their government to get a better life for themselves, and they jumped on it. And a lot of the young people that are just starting out, which have nothing, and they do qualify to get the free land, that's how they're starting their life as a young married couple, is with the free property that their government gives them, and they're building a life on it. And little buddy, you need to get out from under my tripod, because he's under here trying to turn it over, so I've got to put my hand on it and hold it. They were made by Amish. Yeah, Amish does good work. And I've watched videos of these Vietnamese people, these women, building rocking chairs and tables and wardrobes and different things out of bamboo. I mean, they build everything out of bamboo over there, I guess because it's so abundant and it's free if it's on their property. Yeah, that's a blessing to them if they work for it. Yes, it is. It would be nice, though, if the people, the homeless here in the United States, had that opportunity, because a lot of them would work. They would try to improve their life, just like the Vietnamese people are doing. Some of them wouldn't, but I'm sure there's some people in Vietnam that even if you gave them the property, they just take a big leaf and put it over their head and call it shelter. Wait for somebody else to do it for them, because there's good and bad everywhere. There's lazy and there's good workers everywhere, so. I'd love to see that, farm wife. Recycled milk jugs that were turned into furniture by the Amish, because I know the Amish does really good work. I've seen a lot of their woodworking that they do, and they do a phenomenal job. Yeah. I can imagine, Catherine. I'd love to visit there too and just look at everything. Remember homesteading in California desert? It's funny you should mention the California desert, because there was I don't know if it was an army base or some type of military base that was there out in the desert. And the military base has been abandoned. And there's a lot of homeless people that live out there now. They put up tents, they build shacks, they live in old rundown school buses, anything that they can get shelter in. And there's a lot of them living out there. And I guess it's perfectly legal for them to do so. Nobody's run them off, even though it's not their property. But that's out in the middle of the desert with no shade, no water. And that's as bad as this Texas weather. If I had to be outside in the yard 24/7, I couldn't handle it. And there's a lot of people that die there from the heat. All your cabinets and doors were made by Amish. Oh, I can imagine your house is beautiful. You're making a wreath for a cowboy hat? Who you making the wreath for, Slim Twiggy? Whose hat? I don't know if she heard me. She's making it for a cowboy hat, but for whose hat? Whose cowboy hat are you making the wreath for, Slim Twiggy? Well, a lot of my people are not in here today. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the time of day, the day of the week or something. They had other appointments. You bought the hat and the florals. Well, is this a hat for you or for someone else? For me, okay. Well, I can't wait to see it, Slim Twiggy. I bet it's going to be pretty. Oh, for your front door. It's not one you're going to wear on your head. Still, I bet it's going to be pretty. She's making a wreath out of it. Okay. Sounds interesting. It sounds pretty. I bet it's going to be nice. I know my sister-in-law, Barbara, she came up with some really nice looking wreaths to put on her front door for like Halloween, Christmas, Easter, all the different holidays. Okay, that'll be a good deal, Slim Twiggy. Post the video so we can see it. Yeah, I was out putting compost tea to my plants. No, I had already watered them, and I was busy out there last night when it cooled off, filling up my drums, my holding tanks for compost tea. So I might be able to water again tomorrow night, after the water sit there for a little bit. For 2 days at least. Then I'll be able to water with it without it burning my plants up from the chemicals. I love your cooking videos. You should make a craft too. I like when you do that. Well, I do a lot of crafts and I sell a lot of stuff on Poshmark, but a lot of my crafts take so long to make. That's one reason I haven't done videos on it. I'd have to do part 1, 2, 3, and 4, just like the floor, because those handbags that I have on sale on Poshmark, they're all bags that I made myself. They have wooden bottoms in them. Most of them do. The Dammit dolls, I made those myself. Let me go get one of those Dammit dolls. I'll show you. I think Slim Twiggy will have a fit over one of those. Oh. But here's called the Dammit doll. It's just a funny stuffed doll. And the card on it, if I can get it open, has a saying inside for the doll, and I'll read it to you. It says, when you feel you want to throw the phone or kick the desk and shout, here's a little damn it doll you should not be without. Grasp it firmly by the legs and find a place to slam it, and as you whack it stuffing out, yell, damn it, damn it, damn it. And I sell them on Poshmark just as gag gifts that people can get for their friends. Like if you work in an office and you know someone that gets frustrated at work, give them a damn it doll. So when they get frustrated, they can take it and slam it against the wall and, get some of their frustration out on the little doll. Yeah, and every one that I make is a different shape usually. It looks different. No two look exactly the same. And then I make these as well. Ladies' handbags. Most of them have a strap long enough to be a shoulder strap. And I'm a shorty, so, a lot of them are made so if I don't sell them that I'll wear them or use them. But they have wooden bottoms. They got the outside pocket right here. The inside is all lined with the bandana material. It's got an inside pocket right there. And it's made out of denim, faded denim. And I usually put, I didn't put the conchos on this one. I just tied the bandana. I just tied the little bandana pieces up here on the front. But a lot of them I put conchos, the Western conchos on the front where these little ties are on this one. But I think they're kind of neat. Yeah, I sell all those on Poshmark. I sell seeds, a little bit of everything on Poshmark. Clothes, the handbags I make, the damn it dolls, jewelry. In fact, I need to start listing some more stuff on Poshmark. It's been a while since I've listed on there. But Poshmark is a good place to sell anything that you want to sell. Well, what, the damn it doll or the handbag, Gladys? You said you love it, show us how to do it. Yeah, Poshmark. It's a good selling. It's kind of like Etsy. People list a little bit of everything on Poshmark. Almost kind of like eBay. You can list just about everything on Poshmark to sell. And what I like about it is I list my stuff. If somebody buys it, they buy it through the website. They email me a shipping label that I can print out. Then I just put the label on the box and send it. The postage is already paid for by the customer. So I don't have to do anything but put the label on the box and drop it off. Well, a lot of people make good money on Poshmark. I don't really spend a lot of time listing stuff. I mean, I do sell some things off and on Poshmark, but I don't have that much stuff listed, and I don't change it up very often. And it's best if you keep it changing and keep adding stuff. You'll sell a lot that way. And I really haven't kept up with it like I should. Like I said, it's just like eBay or Etsy or any other website that you sell merchandise off of. I've sold moonflower seeds, a lot of different seeds on Poshmark, I think. I mean, you sell shoes, clothing, slippers, you name it. Oh, Marilyn, she says, I too sell on Posh on eBay. Yeah, once in a while I'll list something on eBay, but most of the time it's on Poshmark. I sold a black and white TV that I had in this house for ages and ages. It was one my daughter had when she lived at home when she was 14. She never liked it because it was black and white. So it's been here with me all those years. I listed it on eBay and I got just as much for that TV as I paid for it when it was new, maybe even more. But it sold pretty fast too. And it was black and white, but you could hook cable TV to it. And it didn't pick up a whole lot of channels, but it did pick up several channels through cable, and they were just as clear as any TV could be. It was just black and white. Oh, you do that, Marilyn. I got pumpkin seeds, honeydew melon seeds, moonflower seeds, you name it. I was looking, though, I don't have your name down where you won any, because I've been giving seeds away lately. On my last giveaway, I gave flower seeds away. The one before that, it was vegetable seeds. And like I said, I've got them all mailed out, but 2 people. That's Tracy B. and Annie Watson. I never have gotten their mailing addresses, so I can't send anything to them. I know this was a little 14-inch RCA black and white TV. And RCA is a real good quality TV. So they jumped on that chance to buy that RCA black and white TV. I mean, that was almost an antique. And it still worked. I mean, it was fine. And I had the cable hook up to it as well that I sent with the TV. So, and my son said, Mom, they probably bought the TV just to get that cable hook up. What are moonflower seeds? I planted moonflowers out in my rock garden last year, which were beautiful. And they've died back this year because I can't keep them watered. And we've had no rain. But they're white, and they open up to about 6 inches across, really wide. And they only open at night, or they'll open just about sundown. And they'll stay open all night, and then they stay open till about 11 a.m. the next morning, or until the hot sun hits them, and then they close. But they're beautiful, and the hummingbirds love them. They smell really good, but they're beautiful flowers. April Flowers says, I want to try them. I was thinking I had sent you some of the moonflower seeds already, but you're the one that got the ring. Everybody else got the flower seeds, because in some of the flower seeds, I did put moonflower seeds. I mixed it up. Some of them was marigolds, zinnias, moonflowers, different ones that I sent out. For vegetables, I think I sent somebody Egyptian walking onions so they could plant those and get them started. Yeah, I tried azaleas here, but I couldn't keep enough water to them. I mean, if you had a constant flow of water to them, they would have lived and been pretty. Because I did keep one azalea bush alive for about a year. But as soon as it got dry and hot like it is right now, it died. You couldn't put enough water to it to keep it alive. It likes North and South Carolina weather, where you get rain quite often and it's not quite as hot as Texas. Farm wife said she wants to try moonflower seeds. Yeah, and I think I sent clematis seeds in one or two of the envelopes that I mailed out as the prizes. Like I said, I mixed it up. I had marigolds, zinnias, moonflowers, clematis, different ones. Yeah, I had several different colors, the blue, the pink, white, kind of a reddish color. You love passion flowers, Vicki Downs? And Vicki, as close as you came to winning the other day, I haven't sent you anything because you haven't won. Haven't even come close to winning since. Okay, I'll do one giveaway since we've been on here for about an hour and a half. This is for some moonflower seeds. What was the name of the restaurant that I posted the video on this morning? First one to give me the answer is going to win some moonflower seeds. Oh, you're not allowed to plant there, Annie says. Stubbies. Well, that's close. It's Stumpy's, but that's close enough, Jody. I see. I think I've already got your. Yeah, I've already. Well, you know what? I may have already sent you moonflower seeds because you're the one that I just sent some flower seeds to. So I think you've already got some moonflowers coming to you. Gladys says, Doc. No, it was Stumpy's. Stumpys. Stumpy's restaurant. Okay, I'll ask one more question for moonflower seeds. In that video that I posted on Stumpy's, what kind of fish were those swimming around that you could see in the water? First one to catfish. That was Miriam Mullet. And I've got your address because I just mailed you out some vegetable seeds, I think. Miriam Mullet. But I'm putting your name down again to send you out some moonflowers. Send you out some moonflower seeds. No, they weren't carp. They were yellow catfish. We've got two types of cats. Well, it's like a black catfish. I think they call them channel cats. And then we got one that's called a yellow cat. Those were yellow catfish. Because you could see some of them's little thing. I don't know what they call those whisker things. Yeah, I got that message, Miriam. The zip code I used was, let's see, 37920. Is that correct? $37920. But I wish those other people would come in. Annie Watson and Tracy B. I haven't seen them in chat since the day they won. And I've never received their mailing address. 37920, yeah. That's what I got. You're not going to believe it, but little buddy is sitting right here at my feet asleep in the floor. He always wants to get close. If I'm in the kitchen, he'll come in the kitchen and lay in the floor. If I'm in the living room, he'll come over here and lay in the floor, or he'll get up on the couch with me. I think my live chat is delayed. Okay, let me see if I can think of another question. Okay, also in that video, there was 2 shops inside the restaurant building. One was a gift shop. What was the other one? Can anybody tell me? Well, that's okay. I mean, you can plant them in the spring. And it takes a while for moonflowers to come up. Nobody knows. It was an ice cream shop. Stumpy's not only has a restaurant, marina, and a gift shop, but inside I walked by and looked at the lady behind the glass inside the little ice cream shop there. Yeah, they did have bathrooms, but that was not another shop. It was the ice cream shop that I was looking for. Oh, let's see if I can think of something else. Something not too hard. Oh. I'm thinking, y'all. Okay. Out in the video, toward the end of the video, I showed a park area. What kind of a park and campground was that? Can anybody tell me? It was a big square sign that I showed in the end of that video. And I even mentioned it, I think, in some of my previous videos where I went fishing there. What kind of park it was. Because they allow campers to park out there 2 weeks at a time for free. And the use of the restrooms. No, not Ducks and Camper. Yeah, Vicki Downs got it. It's a state park. And in all the state parks, you're allowed to stay 2 weeks out of every year for free to camp out. Because they've literally had to run people out of our state park here that I showed you in that video because they want to stay. They want to stay months on end. They don't want to leave. I mean, they don't have running water, but they do have restrooms. And the little trickle of water that comes out of the restroom sink, you can barely wash your hands with it. But I mean, you can you bring your own water and stuff with the restrooms there. You could stay quite a while because they do have little grills set up, picnic tables, and all that. So let me get Vicki Downs' name down to send her some moonflower seeds. So Vicki, send me your mailing address to my email. You can fish in the state park, yeah, but you can't fish over there from the dock where the restaurant is. You have to come over toward the state park side, and you can fish there. You can fish off the parking lot of the state park, which is right across from the restaurant. But you can't fish from the side that the restaurant is on. They don't forbid it. I mean, they forbid it. Yeah, I caught one of the biggest catfish I've ever caught there at that state park off of their little fishing pier a couple of years ago. Oh, you got a family reunion that's starting in a couple of hours. That's right. You did tell me about it, and I forgot that it was right close to now, this weekend. Well, I do wish you luck, and I hope you have a real good time with your family reunion, Cynthia. Yeah, usually if there's a river, or lake, or any waterway in a state park, usually you're allowed to fish from it. And to my understanding, if you're fishing from a state park, from their boat, their fishing pier, or the bank, you don't have to have a fishing license in a state park. Oh no, your sound is going in and out. I buy a fishing license every year, and the only two places I fish from is from the state park and from our private boat area down here. And I don't really need fishing license for either one, but I buy them just to be safe. Mardell Lamb, hello, how are you? Look at this. Let me see. Look at that. He's cooling off down there. He said it's too hot to want to go outside. So I'll let him stay in here for a while. I know it's too hot out there on him. And the family that he actually belongs to, they're not home, so there's nobody to let him inside over there. Yeah, he's taking his nap, cooling off. Okay, well, I want to see that cowboy reef whenever you get it posted. Yeah, he looks peaceful. You missed the giveaways. I was giving moonflower seeds away. I'm sitting here sweating, and I'm in the house, everybody. I know why I'm coughing, because I haven't been wearing my mask. And the wind was blowing so hard yesterday, I was breathing all that stuff. Well, we got 28 in here. I didn't expect to get that many, but I'm glad we did. It's always nice to see people pop into a chat, especially when you didn't plan it. Oh goodness, Anna says her asthma's been horrible. Well, they're all gone to work every day, and when they're at work, I guess they leave the kids in daycare or somewhere, and so there's nobody home there usually until in the evening. But he's usually right back here at evening time to get his dinner, so I don't know if they ever feed him anymore or not. And it's a shame, because he is a sweet cat. Probably couldn't ask for a better cat to be a pet. Well, you have a good day, farm wife. I'm not going to be on here much longer either. We've been on for what, over an hour and a half, so I think that's plenty long enough. 30, I got somebody else come in. Maybe a silent viewer, but my chat's up to, I show 30 people watching. Well, it was 30, just dropped to 28. Okay, well, Vicki and Miriam, well, as soon as I get Vicki's address, I've got Miriam's address already. But as soon as Vicki gets me her mailing address, I'll get her moonflower seeds mailed out to her. And I don't know about Annie Watson. She's just not sent me her mailing address. Annie nor Tracy B. So I don't know what happened to them. They just quit coming into chat. And it might be because I haven't been scheduling it. I don't know. Maybe they're not available. But anyway, I'll get those other moonflower seeds mailed out to you. And like I said, Miriam, it takes a little while for those moonflowers to come up. You have to keep the dirt kind of moist to get them to germinate. But they do come up every year. Unless you pull that plant up, it will come back up every year. And it produces big seed pods where each flower is, so you've always got plenty of seeds to plant somewhere else. So, y'all have a blessed day. I love each and every one of you. I'm so glad you could pop into my chat at the last minute and visit with me. Tell everybody to like, share, and subscribe to my videos. And I'll see y'all my next one. Bye now.